This is your tweeted, you named it, rewind. Tweeted, you named it, rewind podcast. This is tweeted, you named it, rewind. Tweeted, you named it, rewind. Tweeted, you named it, rewind podcast. Hello, welcome to episode 8 of You Tweeted, You Mean It Rewind. This is already named new platform. Also Into Yourself, and that is because I thought I was streaming for the past 15 minutes, and I was not at all. I was wondering why I couldn't share the stream. I still can't really share it. There's a view on YouTube button, but I don't feel safe clicking it. So I'm going to click it. Hey, it opened a different tab. It still says StreamYard though. Closing YouTube while you're live. If you need YouTube open, mute it so you don't hear yourself. That's about 10 seconds of delay to the broadcast. It's not worth it. I'll just share this afterwards. Anyways, this is episode 8. I'm going to play that. And I guess a lot of me fumbling around won't be recorded. Trying to figure this new StreamYard thing out. Melon is way more user-friendly, but this works.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to You Tweeted, You Meaned It podcast with your host, Byron, aka Lord Byron, also known as Black Rocker and Lord Black Rocker on Instagram. You tweeted, you meaned it. You tweeted, you meaned it. You tweeted, you meaned it. So don't try to get out of it. Yeah. Okay, that was You Tweeted, You Meaned It intro for episode 8. We're going to call this episode 8. You're into yourself. I don't know if into yourself might be a better title than you're into yourself. It's just too many words. You know, when people get on SoundCloud and they see episode 8, they just want to see like 1 or 2 words after that. So like into yourself would be the best title. It's all working titles. That's all we do here, just working title stuff. It's kind of hard to hear my voice a little bit, but that's cool. It's cool. We've been on a break for a long time, and I didn't really count the amount of time that it's been since episode 7 to episode 8. I listened to a little bit of episode 7 before I started this, and I was talking about like my time in Lafayette, Karen Crow area. So that was weird. I just checked the text message. This is so out of form. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I tweeted recently that episode 8 was going to come out next week, which I guess for you, time doesn't really exist. We're kind of I'm kind of like inserting my voice into a void that is timeless, and that's really what I love about the internet. I love the it's a lot like space. It's a space in the universe. It's like time is the only thing that makes everything real. Without time, this would all just be, like a painting. Every event would just be in this portrait. But time, it just makes it all possible. And that's why my God is the sun. Thank you, Queens of the Stone Age, for that one. Let's see what's been going on. I've been doing some stand up. I've been recording a show. You guys would be really interested in this show if you like this podcast. You tweeted, you meaned it, because it too has a cool name. It's called The Other LA. I don't really introduce myself very much in that show though, so I don't know if you're gonna miss, the introductions, because those are like classic. Those are the best part of this podcast. You could just listen to the intros, and like the whole gist of the rest of the podcast is done. You already got it. You already know what's going on. You already know what's happening. You know my name in like 3 different languages on the internet. So that's cool. Um, for some reason, I'm thinking of Tumblr. So I'm going to talk about Reddit. I don't have a profile on Reddit. Actually, I think I do have a profile on Reddit because of the one time I went to check it out. Like I had to log in or some shit so I can participate a little, give some people some down votes. Yeah, I know what that means. But other than that, Reddit's like a hazy subject for me. It's kind of like 4chan in my opinion, but my opinion really shouldn't matter on this subject, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. It's kind of like 4chan, where it's just like a bunch of threads that you can find in like places that hold threads, but the whole thing is just called Reddit for some reason. It's like a fucking huge community of randomness that is all somehow connected to this one thing called Reddit. Which is kind of like what 4chan is, except 4chan, the chans themselves, they exist on other levels. Like they have other chans, 420chan, 0chan, 12chan, 12chan. Good times in high school. Anyway, don't know why I'm talking about Reddit or anything really. I don't know why anyone talks about anything. Putting their voices into that void, saving them for the cavemen of yesteryear, for when they figure out the internet, and then they're like, oh, there's already shit on the internet. How did this happen?
Pausing just to say this looks like the Blue Lives Matter flag. I somehow did the colors weird. Now it looks like the police flag. It's kind of strange.
It's happened because time is a loop, guys. Nothing matters. Everything is magic. You don't know what's going on. Don't you patronize me. I recently bombed an open mic competition. That was fun. It was a competition in a place that had just had like uh, some type of talent show, fashion show thing going on. But like all of the models were transsexual women. So it's very progressive bar. But like we were on stage. Like there's like 8 comedians on stage taking turns going up to the mic and telling jokes to an audience. But it was like amateur comedians because the contest was really who is the funniest service industry worker. And when I first heard about this contest, I was like, oh, I'd really love to be in a contest, but I wish I worked in the service industry. And like for a week, I was like, I wish I worked in the service industry. Was I lucky to find out that my job is a service industry job? I take care of people, and that makes no products. Taking care of people. That is like the literal example of the service industry, like literally taking care of somebody, just getting
Taking
paid
care of
to do a
business.
service. So yeah, eventually I went to the service industry competition and was not voted the funniest of them, even though, being a comedian, you would think you would have some type of advantage over normal people who are telling jokes. But that's not always the case, because when normal people tell jokes before comedians tell jokes, the crowds kind of feel like everyone should just be telling jokes that you would hear at a bar or like at somebody's funeral. Like, you know how you have those people that come up in funerals and they're like, you really need to laugh right now. So I'm going to tell you a risque joke. I walked in to a bar one day and I saw this horse, right? And the bartender was looking at this horse and he was like, "Horse, why the long face?" And the horse was like, "Well, you see, I've had a really long day, a really long life. They they gave the fucking cast the other horse as Mr. Ed. That was my fucking spot." And then, you know what I did? I walked up to that bartender and that horse. I looked that horse right in his gift mouth. I said mouse. Ha! That was the end of the joke. That was the punchline. I looked him right in his gift mouth. Ha! Funny. I was gonna say something about turning him into glue or some shit. I don't know. Some stupid rambles. Um, that was tough. That that was the example of my time bombing for the service industry crowd. That was pretty much what it was like. If I recorded it, that would be the sample. Me talking about gift horses and mouths, mice. Recently realized that I have like a lisp. I don't know if my tongue sits weird in my mouth. I could talk really fast sometimes, but I choose not to. So I don't know if like I just have too much fun enunciating, and sometimes I like to say S is weird, or if it's really like some type of disorder with my mouth to where I can't form words right, or I'm not breathing correctly when I'm talking. Do I not use my diaphragm? Maybe sometimes I should change my voice. I want to sound like Teddy from Bob's Burgers, but it doesn't always sound like that, does it, Bob? Well, I just want a cheeseburger. Fuck, I'm almost good at impressions, man. I'm almost good at impressions. I should do some character work, guys. Get me hired somewhere, and then I'll get myself fired. You don't have to do that part. I could do that. Excuse me for a minute. You tweeted, you beamed it. Who's ready to get to some tweets? Are you ready to get to some tweets? Because I'm not. Okay? Don't you fucking rush me. I will take breathers anytime I want, and you will sit there and you will listen to my silence like a good fucking kid, and you will fucking listen to my rambling about my silences afterwards like a good person. I know you're all good people out there. There is no such thing as a bad person. I'm gonna lie to you right now and say there is no such thing as a bad person. ISIS, all good people. They're just a little bit misdirected. Sometimes people get feelings that they should ignore, but they just don't ignore them and they end up cutting people's heads off. It's like you should just ignore that feeling when you get that hatchet, that knife, that machete, and you just start hacking at somebody's neck. You should step back and look at yourself hacking at that person's neck, like really getting down to the meat. You should look at yourself and you should say, "This is not where I wanted to be when I was a kid. I wanted to work at Toys R Us. What is going on? Why am I hacking this guy's head off?" What has changed in my life? What has changed with this world? Not that much. I'm going to tell you, not that much has changed. It's just your perception. You should ignore that feeling. All you people out there with feelings, just ignore them. Become a robot. It's the future, people. Augments. Deus Ex. Shout out Jarrell. He knows what I'm talking about. Get those augments, people. Let the government into your mind. Let them implant chips. Okay? Everyone loves chips. Chips are a party favor. You know what that means? Parties? That means they're amazing. Everybody wants to be around them. So why shouldn't you get a chip implanted in your brain? It will make you smarter. You will be more connected to the internet. We all know you have like 8 lives on the internet anyway. You'll become a cat once you get this chip implanted into your brain. You'll have 9 lives. All right, all connected. Like fucking string theory, motherfucker. Like augments all the way. You lose an arm, a finger, just let them put a little robot on there. Don't mind what the mind control chip can do. That's not the point. Live your life while they let you. Live your life while they let you. Do it. Forget the feelings. Become a robot today. Also, what is up with that cigarette, that e-cigarette with the chip in it, so you can get the perfect puff? Like, have you seen people with e-cigarettes lately? The perfect puff is like a fucking train puff. That's what their perfect puff is. I don't know what this e-cigarette perfect puff is going to look like. It's probably like a half of a drag. It's like, no, chip. I didn't want a half a drag. I wanted to fill my lungs and my esophagus with smoke. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to pour out of my nose and my mouth at the same time because it has nowhere else to go. And just fill up a whole fucking room with one puff. That's what one puff means. Is that what your chip delivers? I doubt it. Go back to the drawing board, madmen. Go do some other shit. Get people to buy your shit. It's horrible. Advertisements. I don't know. I'm rambling again. You guys love it when I ramble. Don't you lie to yourselves. Don't lie to yourselves, okay? Let the augments into your life. Let them into your soul, okay? You know what? First off, let's test augments on animals, okay? This is going well, you know? We can bring back some endangered species. I just watched a movie called The Machine. And they brought back humans from like the brink of death and they augmented them. It was amazing. Okay, you could do that with animals. Bring back all the pandas, the koala bears, the bees. Can you imagine bees with computer chips in them? Fucking killer bees, man. You can shoot them at people. You can target them to go inside vents and then kill terrorists with a sting, and then they die themselves so people would never know. They would never know, man. It'd be so covert. Come on, government. You're being lazy. Killer bees are the future. I'm, I'm going to read some tweets. These tweets will kind of make a story. They're from January of 2004. And this month, I actually tweeted 1,096 times in 1 month of January, which isn't as much as October 2013 when I tweeted 1,200 times. That's ridiculous. I've really been like slacking on Twitter lately. My little graph is like at a decline from 1,200 to like 700 and then to like 500 and then to like 400 and then to like 170 and then it kind of like flatlines for a minute and then it goes back up to 200. Got a little 200 mark going on, but then I like slug back down to like 37 tweets. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, these are the tweets. Not sure if I want to edit them yet. I might not. I might just roll back through this and comment over it. I might put dolphin noises throughout it. or nature noises or something. So it sounds like I'm telling a story like outside at a campfire or some shit, or during the rain at a hurricane party. You never know, because this show isn't one of those unedited shows where it's just a live recording. No, that's just the first part. The first part is mostly a live recording. The second part, that's where you get into the magic of show business, guys. You don't fucking know, man. Show business is all smoke and mirrors. I'm gonna tell you something about show business and magic and smoke and mirrors. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know anything about it because I'm not in show business yet. I'm just an open micer, yeah, who has a show and a podcast that is not doing very well right now, guys. If you could spread the message, that would be great. I ain't got no motherfucking street team, nigga. I just put my shit out there and hope it catches an internet breeze to another country. I'm often reminded of the time I wrote a letter so controversially juicy and true that my religion teacher had other people read it too. The disciplinarian gave me a detention for being rude in that letter. I was a little rude, so I took my punishment with pride. To this day, I can outline the letter, the cause and effect of that little project, and I can feel the emotions I put into it. I finally knew my calling was not just to write, but to write what I saw as universal truths. Being somewhat of a realist means knowing that you might not be able to write about things, but I fucked that one up a lot. I'm probably going to edit this then, unless I just make fun of myself and keep me making fun of myself and the fucked up shit still in here. But it's like when I take myself out of the story and I try to continue the story, it's like, do you get lost a little bit on the way? Or do you not get lost? I don't know. Tell me about it later. Being somewhat of a realist means knowing that you might not be right about the things, but also knowing how to dance around the facts with opinions. I'm just really bad at reading this one tweet, and I'm being self-conscious about my S's because I think I have a lisp. Like, what if I was just gay all of a sudden? Like, just hiding that all my life. My lisps. Being somewhat of a realist means knowing that you might not be right about things, but also knowing how to dance around the facts with opinions. Retweet of the bloggers. Things I've never done. Eaten an apple core. Touched molten lava. Taken a selfie with a baby. One day I thought I'd be a journalist. Then I saw they had people telling them what to write about, most of the time. Next step was to start writing my own music, which led to me writing my own scripts, which led to me writing my own jokes. In these mediums, I'm allowed to be negative, truthful, and realistic, and self-deprecating without sacrificing my art. I say bring us shit. I say I skipped a tweet, that's what I say. I have found a way to be free, but I have yet to build the foundation of payment through fucking my ass. That's how I haven't found payment. I haven't found payment through fucking my ass. I I have found a way to be free, but I have yet to build foundation of payment through stable fans, which brings us to today. I say brings us to today only to go back in time because that's how I roll, in all directions while moving nowhere. I myself always knew that my writing was great, and I thought everyone knew I would be. I spit on your speaking and your reading talents. Americans, Amerifox, Americons. Um, I myself knew that my writing was great, and I thought that everyone I knew would feel the same. Turns out assuming really does make an ass out of you and I. I turned to people. I turned on people very early in the game of self-publishing. Hashtag lie, cheat, steal. Hashtag no love lost, no love found. I did things like remix songs and say they were better than the original, even when I hadn't listened to the originals. Sorry, Ad Corn. How was I to know that I was taking the asshole path? I had already forsaken the people I expected to tell me things like that. Long pause. It was a world of bitterness that only made my music more powerful, and for that, I do thank the asshole path. I learned how to mix my ass off. I wrote fire stories and made 4 whole mixtapes that I enjoy to this day. The time has come, you lazy motherfuckers. Colon. Sorry, old habit. Colon. To hail Lord Byron. Rome was not built in a day. It took, I don't know really. Hashtag yes. Hashtag 4 more years. Hashtag yes we can. Retweet of Shelby Farrow. The PA who sits in the bathroom. Wow, sits in the bathroom. Oh, God. Retweet of Shelby Farrow. The PA who sits by the bathroom laughed when I asked him if he'd keep a tally of how often I peed, creating himself. I can't read. I can't. It's true, man. I just can't read. Okay, I just I just can't read. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I try. I don't know why I try. Retweet of Shelby Farrell. The PA who sits by the bathroom laughed when I asked if he'd keep a tally of how often I pee, creating for himself a powerful new enemy. Hashtag anarchy makes no sense in this world. I'm out of hashtags. I'm also. Fuck, are you serious? I'm out of hashtags. I almost misspelled hashtag because spell check always has red lines under it, which makes it hard to see the missing H. Hashtags is what I had written. What if I was just misspelling hashtags this whole time? I'd ask Google, but my Google isn't even spelled right on my spell check. The world is irony incarnate. This has been today's version of I almost followed that story till the end where it stopped making sense. Tune in next time. Now go hear this. SoundCloud.com/Byron Broussard. This place is wild. The Illuminati conspiracy people had one thing right. Hashtag sacrifice. Hashtag soft work. Hashtag hard serve. Hashtag melted yogurt. Damn, that last play on words would have been burning yogurt. Fucking stupid, stupid, stupid. Fuck, I typed a W instead of an S. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Just so you know, my anger is mostly always a joke. Oh, did you hear about the new song I have? I made it a few months ago when I was living with my buddies in Lafayette. Anyone with the OCD of imposing thoughts should be writers. Just tone down the thoughts, and they'll usually turn out funny. Or they turn out to be kick-ass science fiction settings. Or just normal fiction, whatever your brain fancies and despises. Either way. My newest uploaded songs come from a Lord Byron mixtape that was unreleased due to a lack of point. They make great singles, and so I decided to release them randomly while stalling for another project that I can actually sell, which is on the horizon. If you listen to my You Tweeted You Meaned It episode 4, you can hear one of the beats that I am making for this sellable project. I'm going to cut in here. Episode 4, episode 6, episode 7, episode 8. It's all in there, man. This is that one beat, man. That burn, 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 burn. Yeah, that's that's how it goes. All right, back to the Twitter thing until I finish whatever I was getting to. I figured if I do most of everything myself, it would cut the cost by a lot, and I wouldn't be selling other people's material. I follow many people on Twitter who attempt to sell their beats. Seems like that could make me money, but I'd have to make a lot of beats to do that, like all pro-like. I'd save more than half the beats for myself and other AFO members and end up selling the crappy beats to other people. Hashtag not cool. And now that I have a special way to make beats, it takes even longer and I end up with less beats than I started with. So I'd rather just use my own, is the point of the last 6 tweets. Who am I talking to? Hashtag her. Have you guys seen her yet? It was an operating system. I want an fuck. God damn it. Have you guys seen her yet? I want an operating system. With my luck, they'd give me pint size. That's from questionable content. Anyway, I can't sell this song because I don't remember where I got the beat. You can download it for free though at soundcloud.com/Byron Broussard. Lean with it, rock with it. When we gonna stop with it? Lyrics that mean nothing. We were gifted with thought. Hashtag holding on to you. Retweet of Ricky Gervais. Ali wants to take Sam up to South Bank. Hashtag CBB. Comedy bang bang. Ollie wants a cracker. That's my Ollie voice. I don't even remember who Ollie was. I'm stopping, by the way. This is the end of the tweet portion and the beginning of the rest of your lives. This has been episode 8 of You Tweet It, You Mean It podcast. We are almost 30 minutes in, so I'm guessing this is a good time to ramp up the ending. Because once you're up, it's all downhill from here. Unless you're trying to stay at the top. Why would you want to stay at the top? You worked all that way to get there. Isn't the point to slide down? Like, until you're dead? Just slide all the way into death's mouth. Slide all the way down into hell. Slide all the way into that groovy fire pit where everyone's burning for eternity. Yeah. I should have just ended it there. I'm so stupid. God, self-deprecating. Like, oh my God, for real. This guy is so dumb. He thinks that everyone wants to listen to his podcast, and he lisps like a motherfucking sailor. Like, so stupid.
Well, that was episode 8. You tweeted, you mean it, rewind, new platform. Also, Into Yourself. That was tiring to listen to. Like 1.5 times. That's also not my first time hearing it in the past week. I'm very much tired of sitting here. So, let's get the cards. I do like that these episodes are just 30 minutes, though. That is very nice. When I first started recording, I was releasing them on SoundCloud. And I realized I didn't have a lot of hours to play around with on there. So the episodes were short. Then I moved to Podbean. And all bets were off. Alistair Crowley Toth Deck, how would you like to say goodbye? We're flipping external. Is that the Queen of Wands? Queen of Wands. She's doing a thing. She got a little kitty. Yeah, do the likes and subscribes. We have over 110 episodes to cover. That will be way more hands-on, explaining and exploring concepts. It'll be fun eventually. Eventually, this will be fun. Hashtag busy work. Hashtag you can't end like that.